So we are going to cut right to the chase today because the whole purpose of this video is to let you hear from people that are way more interesting than I am. Hey everyone, Wayne Grayson here. Welcome into Equipment World, where each week we give you new videos on construction equipment, work trucks, and pickup trucks. In today's video, we're giving you a front row seat for a very interesting roundtable discussion that took place at the North American Finals for Caterpillar's Global Operator Challenge. Now, if you're curious about that Global Operator Challenge and how Caterpillar is going about crowning the world's best operator, we recently posted a video on that. It's got all the details on how the competition works and all of the different challenges that are part of it, so be sure to go and check that out. To give you a brief summary of this competition though, Caterpillar and its dealers have hosted dozens of local and regional competitions that are made up of about 4 or 5 machine challenges that each of the operators taking part in the competition have to go through and compete in. And then at the end of the day, a winner of those local and regional challenges is named, and they move on to the next step of the competition in a tournament-like structure. In total, the tournament has resulted in 9 winners coming from all over the globe, and they're all going to meet in March at the ConExpo show for the final competition to determine the winner. The discussion you're about to watch took place at the North American Finals, which were held in North Carolina at Caterpillar's Building Products headquarters. And at the end of the day of competition, Caterpillar invited 4 operators to come in and discuss their experiences, but the conversation actually went a little bit broader than that, and these guys ended up talking about the overall state of the construction industry, what it's like finding new and training up new operators, the challenge of being a veteran operator and figuring out and trying to work in new technology into a workflow that has worked for you for years, and a lot of other hot topics that directly impact construction equipment operators. So without any more blabbing from me, let's go ahead and get right into the roundtable discussion. Enjoy.
Jim Billings from Seattle, Washington, Marshbank Construction and NC Machinery.
Danny Younghusband, San Diego, California, Star Equipment Rental, Hawthorne Cat.
My name is Brett Mayer. I'm from Sacramento, California. I work for Marcus General Engineering, and our Cat dealership is Holt of California.
I'm Martin Bills, Paris, Idaho, Bills Construction, and Western States Gap.
Anybody have any questions?
Somebody raise their hand. That gentleman right there.
A lot of technologies have come on these machines in the last 10 years. Maybe you can talk about some of your favorite technologies you would look for in a machine, which are essential, whether it's a creative control system or something else.
Take this guy, he likes it.
Yeah, he likes great control.
Yeah, he loves it.
So in my experience, some of the technology that's come about, there's a lot of people that are having a hard time grasping that. The old timers want to say that a good operator doesn't need that, when it's actually making your good operators great operators. It's making them more efficient in the field. It's taking a mediocre operator and making them to where you can send them out to do a job and know that it's going to get done right with this technology that they're releasing. So there's a ton of pros to it, more so than cons. So in your track hose, there's a lot of levers to pull in a track hoe, and having that great assist, that technology on it is, I mean, it's awesome. So
within the competition, I understand, like, in your day-to-day work, you might not be used to using a lot of these brand new features. So how have you been finding the addition of these features within the context of the competition?
Well, I'll take that one. We run older equipment from where we're at, and stepping into this equipment right off the bat today with the tech that's here, it's user-friendly if you're not in a competition. I think it's a great system that Cat put together, and I can't wait to be able to use it more, so we get more efficient with it. But you know, when you first step into it, nerves and everything like that, you push the wrong button, and there goes your time. So
Yeah.
but it's good technology.
No, it really is. It takes a guy almost out of the ditch when you're digging underground. If you're on a good enough surface to be able to use that technology to carry it for you without having to have that guy over there checking your grade, where that guy can now be in the back only concentrating on putting down, say, sand in the bottom of the ditch, instead of having to bounce back and forth between sanding his ditch and checking the grade for your operator. So it's really a overall in the field, a good technology once you know how to use it.
We're hearing a lot of people say anecdotally, it's hard to recruit younger people in this business as operators, fewer people looking to get trained up, go out and work. So do you find that's the problem in your own experience, getting younger people on board, and what's been your experience with that?
Yeah, so in our industry, there's a shortage of operators, and that's shows in the quality of the operators. We have all this new technology, nice machines. These guys can vouch for me. The older equipment, being raised on it and coming through the ranks on that kind of stuff, you come to appreciate the things that will aid you on the job, make your life easier. The technology, you know, we use GPS Trimble, stuff like that. Similar to like the underground trench, the 2D grading system. I can get in the machine. I've got my screen there, and I can do that. If I put another operator in there that's not such a proficient operator, but give them that tool, it makes them a lot better. But young operators and stuff like that, it's really hard to find good help. And something like this, bringing attention to this, and maybe it will draw some more people in. So
I think it's hit and miss as far as, well, I mean, when you've been in the field like we are, you've got 60-year-olds that still can't run machinery. And I got, 20-year-olds that I got 5 20-year-olds, roughly 25, that are working with us, and half of them are amazing. And in another 10 years, they're going to be hands down the best in the field from where we're at. And some are just like those 60-year-olds that still can't run a machine. I mean, either you have what it takes to be an operator or you don't. So there's, the young ones that are coming in, it's the same exact thing as the ones that have been in there 20 years. They can or you can't. It's one way or the other. And I think it has something to do with our brains, the way we can function things. We were given a sheet to go over in 2 minutes. None of us could do it. But yet all of us can win a championship doing it with a machine. So it's so there's definitely young kids coming up that will be able to do it. And, I'm sure there's a lot more younger kids that like to sit at home and play video games. Yeah. But really, it's a video game in itself. So if they could realize that, they would come out here and, have fun doing what they are doing at home, except for getting paid money to
Video game will get paid for.
Yeah, video game get paid for it.
I don't know with these gentlemen here, but I'm over from Seattle, and we're in the local 302 union.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. It's a industry-wide, countrywide, could even be global. I've never ventured that far out, but it's a tough deal. We get guys that come in and they don't even know how to tie their shoes half the time.
can't start the machine.
Right. Our local halls, they set up meet and greets, and you get 4 or 5 people coming in.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago, you get 20 to 50 people coming in. So it's an industry issue, something that we have to deal with every day.
Yeah.
One of the other things is the young people coming in, they don't want to put forth the work to make them that operator. To be a good operator, you need to know how to run a ditch. You need to know what you're doing on the ground, or you don't totally understand what you're doing in that machine. I'm sure all of these guys started in the ditch, as did I. I worked the ditch for 5 years before I ever even got to pull a stick. So understanding that has helped me become a better operator, because I know what my ground guy needs. And the young people nowadays, it's work ethic. It's what it boils down to. They don't want to put their boots on. They don't want to go get dirty. If you told them, hey, you're going to come run this track all day in an AC radio, I mean, you're going to have guys lined up.
Yeah.
But in order to do that, there's got to be, it's just like flipping burgers at McDonald's. You got to start somewhere before you're the manager of it. So I think that's a huge thing.
So you say obviously it's an issue, but you are having a few operators that know what they're doing. How are you hanging on to those guys?
You pay them good.
That's a problem in itself,
Yeah.
because you pay them good, but the next guy down the road is going to pay them better.
Yeah.
And
That-
with
that
the
workload.
work,
Yeah.
I don't know about in your
Continuous
guys' area.
workflow is an issue in our trade, to estimate projects and to bring that workload in and be able to manage the influx of being busy and then being slow and keeping your core guys with you that know your trade and are good at what they do. It's definitely a challenge for sure. But pay, You know, the machines, you know, if you have good machines, old machines, I mean, you get guys just like, they get real finicky about what they want. And a lot of guys will tell you they'll set the world on fire. They know how to do this, they know how to do that. You get them on the job.
They hit
And like Martin said, you know, they get out there and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know why they're digging the ditch the way they're digging it, or how to dig an excavation of a basement, or build a pad, a proper slope. And then you end up having to, you know, fix their mistakes and send them down the road.
But like he said, those good ones, they have that work ethic. They have that work quality about them. They care about the crew that they're surrounded with now. And for the most part in that, they're gonna stay, just like each of us. When you find that good crew that you're good at, you do your job good, you do your job good, you stay with that group. So a person like that who comes in that is young will recognize that, because he's a different kind of breed, just like we all are. That's why we're all here, because we're a different breed, and we drive to be the best at whatever machine we're gonna run. I was not very good in some of the field, but I was dominant in some other parts of the field. And that's just how that young person may be. You know what I mean? When they're good at something, they're gonna be drawn to that crew, that aspect, that stuff. So those good ones hopefully will stay. And that's usually why they're good, because they put in that extra effort, maybe staying late to just practice, or concentrating on who that guy's good, I'll watch him. And those are the kind of things that make you good. So
does this operator challenge fuel that concept and help bring out those people that do have that work ethic?
absolutely, that's why we're here. So absolutely, I wish I would have known about it sooner. I was very fortunate to hear about it, and I put my application in on the last day to put your application in. And so, but I'm also not on Facebook. If I was probably on the CAT Facebook page, the more media, and I'm not going to say that there needs to be more media. I should be more involved in the media, because I'm sure it was already on there. I just didn't realize it. I asked somebody about it, they told me about it, and I was accepted into it. So, yeah.
I think that challenges like this, it brings what we do on a daily basis to the light a little bit. I mean, how many of you guys have built a house or been around a neighborhood that's being built and thought, I wonder how they put that foundation in? I'll bet none of you. I mean, it's the concrete's there, the house is built, and that's the last thought of it. I mean, so an operator challenge like this, it actually brings the skill set that we all share and have to the table and to the light, so that more people can see that. And it's something that, to my knowledge, hasn't happened very often, if at all. So
We love what we do.
Yeah.
We love what we do, hands down. Hands down.
Yeah, building things with equipment, it's a thing that you take pride in. You know, you drive around your city, and you know, you drive by, and my wife gets irritated with me all the time, because I'm like, oh, I did that, you know, I built that, I did that road right there, I dug that dig, I dug that ditch, that's 60 feet deep down there, you know that? You know, and she's like, really? You've told me this 10 times. Okay, well, you know, I get excited.
Yep. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Have you guys learned anything just being with all these experts around?
Absolutely. These guys are awesome. You know, we all bring our special skills to the table and demonstrate them and see each other's strong suits, and we help each other out. It's a competition, but I know we're on a team together, and we shared information, you know, on how to do that task better. Just that's kind of how the trade is a little bit, I think.
I was the outcast in this one here.
Yeah, he's on another team, but we would have took you in, you know.
If we had a fourth, it would have been him.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great, you know.
Do you guys see that's like a sign that you do things differently in different regions of the country, that like you're meeting guys from all over?
No.
And realizing, like, I thought this was the way we all did it. It turns out this guy's got different.
No.
I think there's a little of that.
There's a little bit.
I do,
There's a
just
little bit
because of You know,
application of the
it's
equipment
different.
in the area you're working in.
Different equipment. California uses backhoes a
Yeah,
lot.
we use, I mean, yeah, we use
Man,
dozers
there's-
with rippers and slope boards, and we don't deal with frozen dirt. You know, some of these guys deal with
right.
frozen dirt. We deal with a lot of rock.
We deal with a lot of rain. He deals with snow.
Yeah, so,
I mean,
so there's certain
California,
ways, like these guys know how to work in the rain better than I do, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We get a
absolutely.
little bit of rain, we draw a
Absolutely.
circle, we get 10 drops,
Yep,
and then we go, oh, we're going
done.
home.
Yeah, a quarter inch is a flood for us, so we're just done.
These
Shut her
guys go,
down.
what are you doing going home?
Yeah,
Right. You don't even put the rain jacket on yet.
yeah.
But as far as your standards on how you dig a basement, how you install a sewer pipe, how you install a water pipe, it's for the
It's pretty much the same for us.
I tell you, I'd really like to have my own company with all these guys on it.
Yeah.
That would be.
We all
make a
we all
lot of
depend
damn
on it.
money.
We would, right? Yeah, we'd be the most efficient guys around. We'd get some stuff done.
Adrian sponsored by Cat.
Yeah. Yeah, we got one right here.
Yeah, if just being this is kind of the first of its kind type of thing, could you guys kind of talk a little bit? You can go down the line, but talk about your kind of expectations of what it might be like coming in, and what it was actually like. What were your favorite parts of it, that type of thing?
Expectations coming in. You know, I've done a couple of them because our union hall has some of this. It's a way smaller grade, but you know, we go out there and play around with equipment and stuff. But this was set up really well as far as I'm concerned from everything that I've seen in the past. I've done one with Case, triple threat contest. We did that. It was a good one, but the way that these gentlemen here set this up, the challenges, it was top notch as far as I'm concerned. So anything that I thought was gonna happen here, yeah, that was out the door. So. Had a great time. So I don't know about these guys, but that's about sums it up for me.
My expectations, I knew it would be something really cool to be part of the global challenge, like to think about it. Being an operator, being a kid, coming up through the ranks, you never know, you know, I know in the back of my mind I ask myself, where would I rank, you know? How good am I?
Yeah.
Compared to the other guys in my industry, you know? And coming out here, there's really good guys. The event was awesome to be part of it. Expectations for challenges and stuff like that. They stepped it up from the local challenges. There's some hard things out there. You know, there's things I thought I'd do really good at, and I didn't. And then there's other ones I was like, oh, I'm gonna get in this machine. It doesn't have a steering wheel. It's a loader. You know, I'm going, oh, God, I don't run this machine without steering wheel. But the machine, the technology for that individual machine was awesome. Like I got in and I adapted like that, and it was like, that's cool. So. This whole thing, everybody that put it on, all the competitors,
Yeah.
top notch.
My expectations were, I would say, to come in and do a lot better. I'm not good on a lot of things that are out there. Loader is what I run 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. But just happened to be that I had a dozer show up on my job. So I stayed after work and I just trained on a dozer. Or a skid steer, which I haven't ran in 2 years, showed up on the job and I trained on the skid steer, which I won with my last competition. So I didn't think I was going to be able to run things very good, and those things showed up on my job and I was able to actually train. So I want to come in expecting first place, and whatever happens after that is what happens after that. And I didn't do very good, and I thought my teammates were going to be like, I wanted a new person on the team. I was like, I know they're talking crap about me behind my back. I was horrible. We were. But then I came into my loader, and I got to dominate on my loader just like I do at work, and that just lifted my spirits, and it made me, you know, at least what I know I'm good at, I'm good at. You know what I mean? I knew I wasn't very good at the other things, so like I said earlier, those are the ones that stay after work and training. And those are in practice. When I first started on the loader, I was horrible. I stayed after work 2 hours a night, every night for 3 weeks, and just practice so I could be somebody. And now I got to come here and I was somebody, and I won it. So the loader, I didn't win the whole competition because I was not very good at a lot of the other things. But I was very good on the loader, and that was awesome.
Huge.
I think some of my expectations, I don't know if they're necessarily expectations, but I came into it not knowing exactly how the other operators would be, whether the arrogance level of each guy would be so high that you can't stand to talk to anybody.
But I'm not. I kept that to myself.
When you're out on the field in a job site and you're competing in a different company, the competition it's high risk, it's high stake. I mean, you've got a lot to lose. And so coming into this challenge, one of the things I was most impressed with was how Caterpillar combined us and made it both an individual challenge and a group challenge. And it's one of those things that as a group, you are required on your job site with your crew to come together as a team. And not always are you, sometimes you butt heads with the guys that are on your crew. But when you're got your work boots on and you're out there in that dirt, you've got one common goal. And that, especially with my team, that's one of the things that I really appreciated. Just like they said earlier, sharing information, it helps get rid of those nerves as an individual. You've got somebody there batting for you and they're still trying to beat you. So that was one of the coolest things that I thought when Cat put this together, that they made it both individual and a team effort deal.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, sir.
Do you think that this kind of, what CAT has organized here, will help in recruiting and bringing, promoting, this? The more they do this, the easier it's going to be to draw people into this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because when we all go back and say how cool it was, how fun it was, how much, how just great this whole atmosphere, this whole competition was. People are going to be, well, I want to go next year. I want to sign me. Yeah, they want to try to beat us.
They think they're better.
Yeah, but they're going to lose. But still, they're going to try. And they better hope we don't sign up again next year. But yeah, I think so, because of those bragging rights. We do what we do to be the best at what we do. So everybody else in our field that cares about what they do, they're going to try to beat us. So they're going to want to come out here. And then that's just going to trickle down the line. So this is maybe the first global challenge, but it won't be the last.
Should be more.
Yeah, there should be more.
Let's
do this every few months.
I've already got 20 guys. I've already got 20 guys that want to go to the next one.
No.
That didn't know about this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know back home for me in San Diego, I've got a group of guys that I've been with forever. Guys, just everybody knows everybody. It seems like in construction, right? But there's, they're wondering where I'm at, how I'm doing. Then they get to talk smack if I'm not coming home as a winner, whatever. But it's already started. It's huge. Honestly, like, as a young man coming up through the ranks and being an operator, like you said, trying to see where you're at on that level. Competition makes you better.
Yep.
It always does. It brings the good to the top. And if you had more of these, if you had a series, man, it would be huge. And it would bring attention to the kids and the people that don't really recognize they see a tractor on the side of the road. They saw them competing and cool things that we do with the machines that we're able to do, and they got to see that. They go, so yeah, I think there should be more.
That will wrap it up from this roundtable discussion filmed at the North American Finals for Caterpillar's Global Operator Challenge. Be sure to let us know what you think of the discussion in the comments below. What was your favorite take? Do you have any responses for any of the stuff that the guys said during this conversation? Just really, really interesting stuff, and hope you enjoyed that. And if you want more videos on construction equipment, work trucks, and pickup trucks, be sure to do us a favor and hit that subscribe button below. And be sure to turn on notifications as well so you're getting up-to-the-minute alerts whenever we drop a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.